Is Raye an activist or social media influencer? You all still remember Raye, the NYSC copper who became an overnight activist with Lagos Things and Tinubu is terrible. Video with hashtag 30 days rant challenge. Surprisingly, a video post of her on TikTok where she was lamenting on how she's been deprived of influencer gigs and blacklisted from getting adverts because of her expos on Lagos and Nigeria president has surfaced. Watch the
I know actions have consequence, and the consequence I've been facing is not something that I expected I will face. So I just wanted to share it for maybe a new creator or someone who's going to come into the space eventually. So please listen. Every single time I make a post, these are the kind of comments that I get to see on my feed. Even though I see a lot of positive energy and good comments, I still get to see these ones. And I feel like majority of these people think that, oh, I went scot free. I've never dealt with any, repercussions. And that's why I'm making this video. So lately, I noticed that I've been blacklisted among influencers. Initially, I thought I was overthinking because naturally I overthink, right? So I'm like, oh, you're just overthinking this thing. It's not what you think. But then one of them just confirmed it for me. So 2 weeks ago or last week, an influencer reached out to me and said she wanted to work with me. And then she said, oh, we'll need to shoot videos and everything. She needs a digital camera and she's going to get it from her team. 2 days later, I didn't hear from her. So I had to text her first, like, what's up? You've not told me the feedback. She said her team said it's not going to be good for her image, for her brand. Yeah, that was what she said. But in my head, I'm like, what brand? Do you mean like brand image? Like, she just said, no, they just said for her brand. I said, okay, and I left it. However, lately, I've been in a lot of public and private spaces with these influencers as well. And I've also noticed a certain behavior. While they are super nice to me, as opposed to what people say, they're actually very nice. I've also noticed how careful they are. It's like they don't want to be seen or even like feel like they're around me or anything. That's how I felt like, oh, these people, it's obvious, like, you understand? It's like when I'm creating content and I'm around them, they don't even want my fingernails to show. I went to a private space with other influencers and even invited me to sit with them at a table. However, when they started creating content after the talk and all, when they started creating content, I noticed how careful they were. As a girl, you always know, your instinct to always tell you that these people are struggling to avoid you. So when I noticed it, I became very uncomfortable and I tried to leave. The lady who invited me to sit with them, she noticed it and she said she's going to work me out. And when she started working me out, she was now trying to self-explain, like, oh, are you okay? Is everything okay? In my face, just mere looking at my face, you could tell that everything was not okay. And then she just started saying, oh, it's not that we don't want to involve you in our content and all. She started saying, you don't really know which content will go viral. So I asked her, why are you so worried that creating content with me will go viral? Like, why are you worried about me being seen or going viral with you? The reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of people don't know that maybe I've been facing consequences, and being blacklisted is a consequence. Like I said, or I've not said this, but working in an office where you feel very uncomfortable with the people that you're working with, or they are behaving very careful around you, is actually a very big consequence. The loneliness that you feel being alone in this space is actually really heavy. And the reason why I'm making this video is not to bash any influencer or content creator that I've met recently, both in private and public space. It's just to say that if you know that I'm going to be a stain on your brand reputation, there's no need for you to try to be super nice to me. And also to the people that are always bashing me whenever I make a post about my personal life and I never talk about what I used to talk about, you should understand that it's because of security reason. I was one step away from being mobbed in public. Even the people in my corner, they were the ones who said, oh, you need to stop this. We'll take it from here because you live in this place and it's actually really dangerous for you. And that's why I stopped it and decided to go back to my normal life.
The question is, who is Raye, an activist or social media influencer? How possible do you think it is to combine activism and social criticism with a social media influencer role? An influencer needs gigs to survive. An activist fights for the rights of others voluntarily.